This is the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. We have assembled the world's finest sports and trivia dorks to prove once and for all that we are just as bad at this as we were at sports.
Hello, listeners. This is the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. Sports trivia for those of us who rode the pine. Welcome to episode 232. I'm your host, Josh Bomback, and today's game will be pitting the Benchwarmer team of Eric Walling and Marcus Ellis versus Benchwarmer Eric Eade and returning player and assistant coach for our Patreon team, Dave Wortz. Welcome back to the bench, Dave. Why don't you take a minute to remind us about yourself and let us know what you've been up to?
But I'm Dave. I live in Cudahy, Wisconsin. Just the drunkest place you could possibly imagine. And it's perfect. So, yeah, here I am.
Well, once again, welcome back. Eade, how you doing? And let us know what your and Dave's team name is going to be today.
Two things. I'm going to try to keep this short. One, Halloween happened right before this recording. So I finally learned that having kids is better than trick-or-treating yourself because the dad tax is real. So my kids will never know what a Butterfinger is ever because it's never making it to them. Two, I took my car to get inspected today and it was past due, whatever. I'm irresponsible. I don't care. And my check engine light was on and they told me it won't pass, but so they have to take the sticker off. So I was literally driving without a sticker to try to get my car fixed. And I thought I was going to get arrested. And now in New York State, you can't renew your registration if your inspection is past due because it's all connected now. Anyway, I hate technology because of that. So first world problems, I know. If I was more responsible, it probably would have been, oh well. But anyway, Dave came up with our wonderful team name, so I'm actually going to let him give that.
Oh, well, thank you. Also, I have eaten all the chocolate in my child's trick-or-treat bin, so it's fine. She's like, runts, yeah. But yeah, I share the same sentiment with Eade that we are White Sox fans. As great as it was, it's horrible right now. So I thought that we should go back to yesteryear because our teammate is going to be, we like our pitchers burly.
I think that was the last time we had a pitcher.
Wow.
For sale.
For a minute?
Minute and a half.
Oh, all right.
And Walling and Marcus, let us know how you guys are doing and what your team name is going to be.
I'll go first. I'm doing great. Football's going great. We had our round of 32 playoff game last Friday, and we won 54-13. So we are 10-0. Today we got the round of 16 bracket out, which will be the bracket that finishes, and we're the 3 seed in the classification. So home games for a couple weeks if we keep winning. So that's exciting. And that's basically my life. I don't do anything else. I just got back from a 3-hour game planning meeting and excited to jump on.
Nothing exciting has happened to me in the last week. I don't know what I could even possibly say. Oh, Rangers. The Rangers won the World Series. That's right. I almost forgot. I'm really happy that the general feeling of existential dread that comes with waiting for a game to come on all day is done. But it was pretty cool to see a lot of my friends that I grew up with and my dad and other people who just had never seen it happen before. So very excited. I could probably drone on for hours, but I won't. Speaking of exciting, this year, Mr. Marcus has talked me into being a Washington Huskies fan, and I'm very excited to be on the Husky bandwagon. So myself and the 2 men in the Ellis household have the same feeling this year, and that's what our team name is going to be, and that's we like our football Husky. So
hold on, let me Walling. So how many baseball team Major League Baseball teams are there?
32.
30. Okay, 32.
30.
I'm just doing
30.
Whatever. I'm just doing some quick math here. All right. And then your favorite teams, 8 of them?
Just one.
So, just one. All right.
Just one. Football is very socialist. Baseball is a one. It's a one.
Oh, all right.
So Royals don't have any. There's no softness for the Royals.
I have soft. I mean, yeah, I like the Royals.
Oh, here we go. See, now we're up to 2. All right. So
I I didn't say they were my favorite. I have
Okay.
a very strong rooting interest for one team in baseball.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
All right.
So,
Fair.
yeah,
That's right. Football, you just want everybody to have fun.
I do. I just want all the teams to end 0-17.
You're like the participation trophy of fans.
I am. Football.
For football.
Just football.
All right. So we like our pitchers Burley versus we like our football Husky. Let's kick it over to benchwarmer emeritus Dan Lundberg for the rule.
The game will consist of 4 quarters of play, each with different trivia style. The styles of quarters 1 through 3 will change from show to show, and I will explain them as we go along. Like any good sporting event, we will have a halftime show after the second quarter with entertainment questions. And in the fourth quarter, our teams will wager from their points accumulated to see who are today's clipboard captains, to be honored like the true benchwarmers they are. All right, let's get this game underway.
He likes his quarterbacks broken.
I don't think he likes them broken.
Oh, all right.
It just so happens we got a couple of them.
He likes his quarterback's cousins.
After today, yeah. It's but they won somehow. All right, well, today's first quarter will be pre and post game.
Pre and post game. For this quarter, there will be 4 before and after style questions. For example, if I said, what all-time leader in receptions for the Indianapolis Colts was a Notre Dame safety drafted by the Minnesota Vikings, the answer would be Marvin Harrison Smith. Each question is worth 25 points.
I was told there would be haikus.
Oh, you were informed incorrectly, sir. All right, question 1 in pre and post game. What 2-time former unified world heavyweight champion boxer who won the super heavyweight gold medal at his home Olympics in 2012 is also the newly acquired quarterback / rocket scientist for the Minnesota Vikings?
We can check in.
All right, we like our football Husky is checked in. We like our pitchers Burley. You guys can talk it out.
Super heavyweight. It's a large individual. All right.
So I assume this is Josh Dobbs, right?
It would have to be.
I don't know, with the way that Vikings quarterbacks seem to go down.
Boxer with the last name Josh? Last name Josh or Joshua?
Wait. It's Joshua. It's Anthony Joshua.
This is the first time I've ever heard his name, so let's. All right.
No, Anthony Joshua. He's had a couple of fights. I can't remember if that's the guy that is also like kind of burly and husky as well.
Super heavyweight. I'm going to guess he's got some weight behind him.
Yeah. It's I was so focused on Josh, I didn't even think about the full name until you said it. It's Anthony Joshua Dobbs.
There it is.
All right, and we like our football Husky. What did you guys have?
Yeah, I think this is one of the early perpetrators of the Drake curse when he posted a picture of him on Instagram with Drake and then got absolutely destroyed the next night. But Anthony Joshua Dobbs.
All right, both teams will be getting points. The correct answer is Anthony Joshua Dobbs. So Anthony Joshua is British, and the 2012 Olympics were in London. And Anthony utilizes chess as well as reading as a way to reinforce his boxing and tactical abilities. And Dobbs participated in an internship at NASA's Kennedy Space Center while he was in Jacksonville after the 2019 season. And he got his first fourth quarter comeback win as a quarterback today. So, hey.
The more you know.
That's what a lot of my flavor text is, All right, let's move on to question 2. What 3-time Gold Glove center fielder who hit 4 home runs in one game in 2002 is also the 4-time All-Pro defensive tackle who is in his 13th season with the Pittsburgh Steelers?
We can check in.
All right, we like our football Husky has checked in now that Marcus learned where his unmute button is. We like our pitchers Burley. You guys can talk it out.
Being a Brewers fan as well, I have completely erased the memory of Mike Cameron from my brain. So once you sent that over, that's the type of reaction you got out of me.
I went back to front on this one because Cameron Hayward's the Burley individual that he was talking about. I'm gonna see how many times we can mention Burley in this episode.
Yeah, we're gonna have a Husky episode of Burley people. The whole episode could be super heavyweight?
Yes.
No.
We've supersized this edition of Bench Warmers. I like it though.
All right. I know Mike Cameron hit 4 home runs in a game, so we're gonna check in with Mike Cameron Hayward.
All right, and we like our football Husky. What did you guys have?
Don't you dare ever speak ill of that beautiful man, Mike Cameron. And of course, I know Mike Cameron very well. Once you said 4 home runs in a game, 3-time Gold Glove. Yep, it was Mike Cameron. And then I was like, did he list Cameron Jordan as a defensive tackle? And then he said Steelers. And I said, oh, Cam Hayward. So, yeah, we also have checked in with Mike Cameron Hayward.
All right, both teams are getting their points. Correct answer is Mike Cameron Hayward. Mike's son, Daz, played for the Detroit Tigers from 2020 to 2022 and is currently in the Baltimore Orioles farm system. And Hayward's brother, Connor, is a tight end for the Steelers. In recent seasons, the Steelers have employed 5 pairs of brothers: the Haywards, the Watts, the Edmondses, the Davises, and the Herbigs. So they like having brotherly love in Pittsburgh?
Husky love.
Dick love.
Cousins love.
Nobody likes that. That's West Virginia.
Some of them do.
Oh boy. Maybe it's time to move on to question 3. What former U.S. MNT player, who is tied with Neymar for the most international assists with 58, is also the guard who was selected to his first All-NBA team last season, following his first season with his second team?
We're going to check in.
All right, we like our football Huskies checked in. We like our pitchers Burley. Once again, you guys get to talk it out.
That first part is Landon Donovan. I definitely was looking that up. I have to do a church trivia next week, which is, it's really brutal. Let me just tell you, trying to write a sports category for a bunch of 70-year-olds that don't want to learn about anything. But yeah, I saw this literally earlier today. I know the first part is Landon Donovan.
Okay.
I would assume that means the other one is probably Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah. Not much to say. That's right.
Ooh.
It took me a minute to realize, like, U.S. MNT would be, I mean, how many are there other than Landon Donovan? So whatever.
It's all been Landon Donovan for the past 20 years.
All right, so officially your check-in is
Landon Donovan Mitchell.
All right, and we like our football Husky. What did you guys have?
We worked back to front as urologists ask you not to, and Marcus came up with Donovan Mitchell, and that made it easy, so we went with Landon Donovan Mitchell.
Both teams getting their points. Correct answer is Landon Donovan Mitchell. Landon is tied with Clint Dempsey for the most international goals scored by an American with 57. And the other players selected to their first All-NBA team last season were Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for his second team, but it was not his first season with them. De'Aaron Fox for his first team. Jaylen Brown for his first team. And Domantas Sabonis for his third team, plus he isn't a guard. All right, moving on to question 4, our final question in pre- and post-game. What former NFL tight end out of Brown University, whose son is a defensive end for the New Orleans Saints, is in the Minnesota Vikings Ring of Honor and is the rookie wide receiver who is second in receiving touchdowns through Week 8, one behind Tyreek Hill? Needless to say, David Lux would know this one.
All right, we'll check in.
All right, we like our pitchers. Burley has checked in, so we like our football Husky. You guys can talk it out.
Yeah, I think we got the back half here with Jordan Addison.
Yeah. And no, definitely that it would be Cam Jordan, I would assume. So Cam Jordan's dad. Check it in.
The father of Cam Jordan Addison.
Right.
There we go.
I'm trying to rack my brain. I know it's in there somewhere. I played Madden for long enough that I know I've seen this name.
Is it like a unique name or is it a generic name?
No. Something in my head is telling me it's Steve Jordan, and I don't know if that's right, but
Steve is a good dad name.
Daddy Steve.
It's just...
Yeah, that's the best I can come up with. I don't know. It's just something that popped in. I was like, I think Steve Jordan's a thing.
Okay.
But I don't know. I might be completely off base on this.
I have nothing to talk you out of it, so let's go with it. It's because it's better than the father of Cam. I don't think Josh will accept the father of Cam Jordan Addison. He's
Father Jordan.
Yeah.
Father Jordan Addison.
Dad Jordan Addison.
Okay.
I think his dad's name is Rolando. That'd be awesome.
All right. We will check in with Steve Jordan Addison.
All right, and we like our pitchers Burley. What did you guys have for an answer?
Dave came at with Jordan Addison is pretty obvious off the start, and then I had it down to Sean or Steve, and I Sean doesn't sound like an old guy name. I don't think there's anybody with the name Sean like over 50, and this guy's got to probably be over 50 by now. So we went with Steve Jordan Addison.
Both teams will be getting points. The correct answer is Steve Jordan Addison. Steve holds the Vikings single-game receiving record for tight ends when he caught 6 passes for 179 yards and a touchdown. So that was a pretty good game for him, obviously. And through week 8, Addison, the 4th receiver selected in the 2023 draft, has caught 7 touchdowns, the most for a rookie, and has 482 receiving yards, second most for a rookie behind Puka Nacua.
Washington Husky legend Puka Nacua.
All right, after the first quarter, everything's knotted up. Both teams 100 points apiece.
We wanted to let you know that we are on Patreon if you'd be interested in supporting us financially. Your contributions will be used to help us cover the costs that it takes to bring you the high-quality sports trivia you have come to expect from us. There's also some great perks that come with the Patreon membership to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, including bonus episodes and Benchwarmers swag. You can find us at patreon.com/benchwarmerstp. Thanks.
Which brings us to today's second quarter, which will be the missing link.
The missing link. This quarter will consist of 5 questions with theme-linked answers. The teams will attempt to answer the questions and guess the theme. Each question is worth 20 points. If a team checks in first via chat to the host with the correct theme before the 5th question, they will earn 100 points. The other team can still earn 50 points with the correct theme guess. If neither team has checked in with the correct theme before the 5th question, each team can earn 50 points with the correct answer to the theme after the 5th question.
Okay, question 1 in the missing link. What golfer who won the 2007 Masters and the 2015 Open Championship was the 2023 Ryder Cup captain for the U.S. in Rome?
Go ahead, Walling.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and check in.
Do you want to send the missing link answer too? Because we get infinite number of guesses. Because it was you and I, buddy. We were teaming together when that happened.
Oh my god!
All right, we like our football Husky has checked in. No surprise there. So we like our pitchers Burley. You guys can talk it out.
I believe it's Zach Johnson. My dad is an amateur pro golfer, so for as much as I don't enjoy golf, I have been forced to watch golf many a time, especially when I did not have a car. So 2007 is right in that period. I believe Zach Johnson won that 2007 Masters.
That sounds right. It's that right time frame. I'm good with it.
All right, let's check in. Zach Johnson.
All right, and we like our football Husky. What'd you guys have?
Sitting right there in the picture behind the second green at Marco Simone For those of you that can't see, I'm showing a picture of Zach Johnson sitting on the green at Marco Simone because the answer is Zach Johnson.
It's pronounced Zach.
Zach.
right.
Scene and Zach.
Well, both teams are getting their points. The correct answer is Zach Johnson. And needless to say, he had a rough go as captain. Right, Walling?
At least my tickets were worth something by the time I got there on Sunday and the thing wasn't over. But Friday really was the death knell. When the first round is the death knell, you know it's a rough weekend.
All right, moving on to question 2 in the missing link. What starting goalie for the Montreal Canadiens was the backup goalie for the 2018-19 Stanley Cup champion St. Louis Blues?
We're going to check in.
All right, we like our pitchers Burley is checked in, so we like our football Husky. You guys can talk out a hockey question?
Well, you remember earlier, well, you guys weren't privy to this if you're listening, but when I said I had a very small sphere of hockey that I knew, this is in the small sphere. Because my cousin is a longtime employee of the Blues. My father-in-law is a longtime season ticket holder of the Blues, and so I paid attention to this Stanley Cup run. And I was trying to remember the first name, but then Marcus reminded me that the last name is sufficient. And so I think it's something Allen. So we're just going to check in with Allen.
Okay. And we like our pitchers Burley. What did you guys have for an answer?
I forgot he was in Montreal now, but it's Jake Allen.
Both teams will be getting points. Correct answer is Jake Allen. He started 15 more games than rookie Jordan Binnington for the Blues during the regular season, but didn't start at all in the playoffs and only saw ice time in one game. The theme-linked answers thus far are Zach Johnson and Jake Allen. Question 3. What second-year NFL running back has more rushing yards through Week 8 than his older brother who plays in the same division?
We can check in.
We like our pitchers Burley has checked in. We like our football Husky. You guys can talk it out.
Walling, it's for whatever reason, I'll never understand the criminally underutilized James Cook.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, big bro Dalvin with the Jets. So Ken Dorsey, quit giving Latavius Murray carries. They signed Leonard Fournette for some reason. Playoff Lenny, which is a nickname that some people gave him, implies that the other rest of the time that he plays, which is true, he's bad. So I don't like that at all. Anyways, checking in with James Cook.
And we like our pitchers Burley. What'd you guys have for an answer?
Yeah, so if Marcus, actually the Bills-Bengals game for people listening is going on during this recording, and they haven't given Latavius Murray the ball once yet, so but Cook's only got 4 carries, so anyway, we're checking in with James Cook.
All right, both teams are getting points. Correct answer is James Cook. He has 486 rushing yards through Week 8, while Delvin only had 114 rushing yards. All right, the theme-linked answers thus far are Zach Johnson, Jake Allen, and James Cook. Although, by the way, I don't know if any of you saw the clip from the Pat McAfee show with Leonard Fournette in very short-cut shorts, but he's like, these are his hamstrings. The dude's legs are insane. Not saying he can run very well, but dear Lord.
He does look good in some homemade Bill's booty shorts, whatever those were. Because I was like, so he took some undersized, some smaller pants and then cut them, and they were like Bill's jorts.
All right. Well, let's move on to question 4 in the missing link. What defensive tackle out of Michigan State, who was drafted in the first round of the 1999 NFL Draft, walked out of training camp after his first practice, saying he could not resolve the conflict between playing football and serving his Christian faith?
We shall check in.
All right. So we like our pitchers Burley is checked in, so we like our football Husky. You guys can talk it out.
You have anything, Walling?
Is it Donovan McNabb?
No, it's not
Okay.
Donovan McNabb.
All right.
Nor is it the Seahawks draftee in the first round from Saginaw Valley State. They were like, that fertile recruiting ground, to get Lamar King from Saginaw Valley State in the first round. Oh gosh, it's there. It's I think he played for Minnesota. Duh, it's Josh. Hold on.
Ed, we should check in with that link right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Just for a shot. I mean, this is what, question 4, right?
Yeah.
This is question 4.
All right. So might as well say, I mean, it's not right, but we got to put something in.
Oh, it's Underwood. That's his name. I don't know his first stupid name, but it's Underwood.
Okay.
The end, Michigan State. It was like 29, I think they picked him, something like that. Okay, we're checking in with Demetrius Underwood. Holy shit. Demetrius Underwood, check it in. Woo!
And we like our pitchers, Burley. What did you guys have for an answer?
So Marcus was going through pick by pick, and by the time Dave sent me the answer, I was on pick 24, which I was still trying to figure out up until about 18 seconds ago. And it's Reggie McGrew. I'm more proud about that answer than
That's way more impressive.
But yes, Dave, you sent it over. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's Andy Katzenmoyer. No, it's Demetrius Underwood.
Both teams will be getting their points. The correct answer is Demetrius Underwood. Later that year, he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Apparently, he was tormented by visions of the apocalypse and wrote notes discussing the end of the world on pieces of paper the size of postage stamps.
With that said, Josh, where did he play his short career?
He didn't actually play at all for the Minnesota Vikings.
Correct. Who, based on what you said, who do you think would sign somebody like that?
Dallas.
Oh,
Jerry
weird.
Jones?
Cool. Yeah.
I mean,
Interesting.
I think
said, hell,
first,
they drafted him in the first round.
He first, I think, signed on with the Dolphins after the Vikings cut him loose, but then they cut him loose around the time that he was diagnosed, I think, and they're like, okay, this isn't going to work. But then Jerry Jones knows better, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Jerry Jones also said that winning a game in the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast is a real glory hole.
Very much is. Thank you very much.
So the themed linked answers thus far are Zach Johnson, Jake Allen, James Cook, and Demetrius Underwood. Let's move on to question 5. What Filipino-American guard won the 2021 NBA Sixth Man of the Year as a member of the Utah Jazz?
We can check in.
All right, we like our football Husky is checked in. We like our pitchers Burley. You guys can talk it out.
This is Jordan Clarkson.
Is it?
Yeah, you don't forget the Filipino.
All right, and we like our football Husky. What did you guys have for an answer?
Yeah, when I hear Filipino-American basketball player, the very first name that pops up is Jordan Clarkson. So, and then I as soon as you said Filipino-American, I started typing, and then you said Sixth Man of the Year, Utah Jazz, and I was like, oh yeah, that's absolutely Jordan Clarkson. So yes, that's what we checked in with.
All right, both teams are getting points. Correct answer is Jordan Clarkson. On March 24th, 2015, he, along with Jeremy Lin, became the first Asian American starting backcourt in NBA history.
I'm sure Utah loved that.
The theme-linked answers are Zach Johnson, Jake Allen, James Cook, Demetrius Underwood, and Jordan Clarkson. Both teams submitted incorrect themes at round 4. One team has since submitted a correct theme guess, but we like our pitchers Burley have a couple minutes to discuss if they have another theme to submit.
I don't know. I say you review the original one we sent in. Double check.
I really think you should look that over.
I'm not sure.
On several occasions, I referred to it as a Clarkson to my wife. So
you called it a Demetrius or an Underwood?
Underwood. If you play it right, she's never
Underwood
mind.
is also known as the Buffalo Bill.
Anyway, after the last one, there were so many more that he could have went with. If he would have dropped a Leroy Glover question, I probably would have nailed this immediately.
Yeah, there's got to be a like a basketball player with the last name of Danny Goki or something like that.
He didn't win.
Close enough.
Is there a Barino anywhere? Anyway, we checked in with American Idol winners.
And that is the theme that we like our football Husky checked in with for their second guess. So both teams will be getting 50 points for the theme because, yes, those are athletes that share surnames with American Idol winners. We have Caleb Johnson from 2014, Chris Allen from 2009, David Cook from 2008, Carrie Underwood from 2005, and the original Kelly Clarkson from 2002. So after the second quarter, both teams have 250 points. I don't have a tiebreaker. I'll find one if need be. Dear Lord, we have too many of these recently.
I have a tiebreaker I can let you use. But I feel like it would be a
sure you do.
competitive advantage if I did.
All right, that brings us to halftime.
It is now time for the halftime show. There will be 3 entertainment questions. Each question is worth 25 points.
Today's halftime show is not a return of ChatGPT. Today's halftime show is titled, You Played High School Sports with Whom? Question 1 in halftime. 4-time World Series champion manager Bruce Bochy played high school baseball with what SNL alum, who at the age of 53 was the oldest cast member in the show's history when he left the cast in 2009?
We're going to check in.
All right, we like our football Husky is checked in, so we like our pitchers Burley. You guys can talk it out.
2009 sounds right. I don't know if he played baseball.
But I think that sounds right. Daryl Hammond feels right around that time, and I think he was like the oldest. Is he the oldest cast member ever, or like the longest running cast member on SNL?
Ever? No, not longest running. Longest running is probably like Tim Meadows or Kenan Thompson, to be honest.
You're right. Kenan is. Yeah, it is.
But he may have come up close, but yeah, no. I like Daryl Hammond. He was old, so yeah, let's go with it.
And we like our football Husky. What did you guys have?
Mildly related fact, Bruce Bochy wears a size 8 1/4 hat, but we also checked in with Daryl Hammond.
Both teams will be getting
a Husky
points.
Head.
It is a Husky head. Maybe even Burley.
The correct answer is Daryl Hammond. Hammond has made more SNL appearances than any other cast member besides Kenan Thompson, and impersonated more than 107 celebrities, with Bill Clinton as his most frequent impression. In 2014, he became the new announcer of SNL, replacing Don Pardo after his death. All right, let's move on to question 2. Journeyman NBA center Jason Collins was backed up on his high school basketball team by what How I Met Your Mother star? Come again for Big Fudge?
We good? You want to go with it?
Yeah, let's check that in.
All right, we like our pitchers. Burley has checked in, so we like our football Husky. You guys can talk it out.
Oh, they're just 2 tall-ish guys, and one of them was already a child star way before these guys would have played basketball, so got to be Jason Segel, right? And do you think he intentionally put those little double entendres in the question, or?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. So I tried to watch this show, couldn't do it. I got through 2 episodes and I said, nope, this is not for me. But yeah, Siegel's tall, and yeah, that makes sense.
It's not Allison Hannigan, so yeah. I think we're...
She's got a mean drop step, I've heard.
He was busy at band camp.
All right, we'll check in with Jason Segel.
All right, and we like our pitchers. Burley, what did you guys have?
My girlfriend made me watch every last bit of this show. It was excruciating. And then she decided to turn on How I Met Your Father, which almost made me gouge out my eyes. It's Jason Segel. and the only good thing in that show was the end credits.
I might have to just not let you guys have points for that terrible take on the show. It's fine to not like it, but to be that brutal is insane. So I guess both teams will be getting points because the correct answer is Jason Siegel. Siegel, who was 6'4" and is 6'4", won a slam dunk contest in high school.
I don't know, but after his name's mentioned on this podcast, we might be saying goodbye to Jason Siegel.
Whoa.
Hey,
no.
Can you let me finish, please? Siegel, who was 6'4", won a slam dunk contest in high school after teammate Jaron Collins deferred, and he was nicknamed Dr. Dunk. Apparently, the 6'11" Jaron was the team's power forward, since he obviously wasn't the backup center. That went to a 6'4" guy. Their team won back-to-back state championships in 1996 and 1997. So, hey.
I need you to sound a little more Canadian when you say, can I finish? Can I finish?
Please, Ma, can I finish?
That's not Canadian, that's Minnesotan. Thank you very much. And to be honest, Marcus, you probably actually live closer to the Canadian border than I do, miles-wise.
Oh, yeah, I could be at the border in an hour and a half.
Oh, yeah. You're much more Canadian than I am, because it takes me like 4.5 to 5 hours probably to get there.
Really?
Yeah.
8 minutes.
Well, you're Canadian.
You are, in fact,
You're
Canadian.
actually Canadian.
I am, but I can also be in Canada in 8 minutes.
Dave, you got to go around one of the lakes, so...
No, there's a bridge right over a river, right on in.
For
We
Dave?
got 3.
For Dave.
Oh.
No, the closest border I can run to is Taco Bell.
All right, let's move on to the last question in You Played High School Sports with Whom? Former NBA shooting guard Sam Jacobson played high school basketball with what American Pie actor? And yes, this is the same actor that Matt Doherty broke the tailbone of in practice for the high school football team.
We can check in.
We like our pitchers. Burley has checked in, so we like our football Husky. I'm sure you don't need to talk it out much, but have at it.
No need to talk it out. I mean, well, really, which American Pie actor has he not broken the tailbone of at high school football practice is the real question.
I think all but one.
Is this Shannon William Scott?
Scene. It's Scene. He can't be over 50 either.
CNN? All right, we're checking in with CN William Scott.
And we like our pitchers. Burley.
Yeah, it's Stifler, Sean William Scott.
And Marcus, you are correct. He does have an extra N for some reason. Both teams are getting points because the correct answer is Sean William Scott. SWS has starred in the following sports comedies: Balls Out, Gary the Tennis Coach, Goon, and Goon, Last of the Enforcers.
Goon is a masterpiece. It's such a good movie.
I've never seen it.
Oh,
What?
it's good. It's good.
You should watch it. You would enjoy it.
Yeah, probably. But too many people have told me to watch it, and that's just how I can't now.
Totally.
Don't watch it.
That movie sucks.
You can watch How I Met Your Mother.
There's nothing, well, I shouldn't say there's nothing wrong with it. It probably doesn't age as well as one would think either. So, but we'll move on from that. Shocker. After halftime, score is still tied, but this time it's at 3:25 apiece. Now on to the second half. Today's third quarter will be Curriculum Vitae.
Curriculum Vitae. In this round, the host will list the teams and years for which a player spent time and may also give a few fun facts about each player. Each question is worth 20 points.
So, Dave, have you listened to the couple episodes that we've had where this has been a category? It's basically given the resume.
Yeah. Yes, I have.
All right. Good. Then I don't need to discuss more about it then.
This is the first time I've gotten to play it.
Ooh.
Hey,
Oh, that's
I would
right. Because you were a little late to hang out for the Final Dan game.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Question 1 in CV. 2008 draft, 7th round. 2012-13 Kansas City Royals. 2014-16 Milwaukee Brewers. 2016 and 18-19 San Francisco Giants. 2020-22 Atlanta Braves. Also 2022 Houston Astros. 2023 Texas Rangers. One-time All-Star. 3-time World Series champion. First player in Big Four history to appear in at least one game, regular season or postseason, with 3 different championship-winning teams in 3 consecutive seasons, and he shares his name with the 2022 Best Actor Oscar winner.
We can
check in.
Oh,
Do you guys just want to 3-2-1 it? And
we give 3-2-1 it. That's fine with me.
I'm game.
3, 2, 1.
Will Smith.
All right, both teams are getting their points. The correct answer is Will Smith. Smith was the primary closer during the season for the Rangers, finishing with a team-high 22 saves. He was supplanted by Jose Leclerc in the postseason, who at one moment or another almost gave Walling a heart attack.
More than one moment, but
okay.
Yes.
Hey, when it got to the World Series, he didn't really give you any real...
I know, but Will Smith did.
Well, that's a different story.
Yeah.
Why he did get supplanted.
That's a very good point.
Question 2. 2006 draft, 1st round. 2006-09 Boston Bruins. 2009-15 Toronto Maple Leafs. 2015-19 Pittsburgh Penguins. 2019-22 Arizona Coyotes. 22-23 Vegas Golden Knights. 3-time Stanley Cup champion, 3-time All-Star, 2007 Bill Masterton Memorial Trophy winner, and holds the record for most consecutive NHL games played with 1,064 games.
I think I know this, Eat. I'm sure you do, but I'm just saying I'm happy I know this.
Yeah.
I can die happy. I can die happy now.
All right. We like our pitchers. Burley has checked in. We like our football Husky. You guys can talk it out.
I feel like this was on a game not that long ago. Did I write a question like this? You see, this is the problem.
With drinking or just in general?
I don't think you're helping your teammate there.
Remember that small sphere of hockey that I was talking about? This is not in there.
No, I swear I've seen this like recently. Oh no, it's oh God, stupid idiot. I can see his face.
His name's Stu.
Stupid idiot.
Stupid idiot.
Pidio.
He's French Canadian.
Yeah, he's French.
Stupid
Phil Kessel. That's the answer. Because I know I've seen this recently because it was one of those things where when Vegas won, there was all this, everybody dumps all the stats like you've been combing through, I'm sure, with the Rangers winning. But yeah, I'm Phil Kessel.
Yeah, and we like our pitchers. Burley, what did you guys have for an answer?
Dave knew this, but a small thing I know about him is his undercarriage is not Husky, so he's missing it part because he had testicular cancer. But go ahead, Dave.
It's Phil Kessel. I knew that. Yeah.
All right, both teams will be getting points. The correct answer is Phil Kessel. The Bill Masterton Memorial Trophy is awarded annually to the NHL player who best exemplifies the qualities of perseverance, sportsmanship, and dedication to ice hockey. It is named after Bill Masterton, the only player in NHL history to die as a direct result of injuries suffered during a game. And as Ede referenced, Kessel received his award for overcoming testicular cancer while continuing his professional career during his rookie season.
Dude, he missed like hardly any time because of it too.
12 games.
Yeah.
That's all he missed was 12 games. And then he didn't miss a game after that, apparently.
Okay. Hey, my last Fast Break hosted game, Phil Kessel was an answer to one of my questions. I looked
Well,
up
there we go.
Yeah, I knew it was in there somewhere. I was like, I have either heard this or, oh yeah, I wrote it. All right.
Fair. All right. Moving on to question 3 in CV. 1962 draft territorial pick. 1962 to 63 Chicago White Sox. 1962 to 68 Detroit Pistons. 1968 to 74 New York Knicks. 2-time NBA champion, 8-time NBA All-Star, 6-time NBA All-Defensive First Team, Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame, named to the NBA 50th and 75th anniversary teams.
All right, we'll check in.
All right, we like our pitchers. Burley has checked in, so we like our football Husky. You guys can talk it out. Maybe. Possibly.
Just
well, they reaffirmed what I thought. I was like, this is a weird name, and I just can't pull it. I've seen the guy's name a bunch. Because like when you're on those all-time teams and you don't really know, and it was like one of the championship Knicks teams, I think it was like 71 or something. And it's got like, oh, this guy's like a 97 overall, and he's like a 6'4" power forward. And you're just like, oh, that's cool. I think it's D something like
DeBuscher? Dave DeBuscher?
Yes.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That would be the right
right.
era. Okay. I'm good with that if you're good with that because it fits the era. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Yep, you're welcome. Thanks for getting me there. Dave DeBuscher, check it in.
All right, and we like our pitchers. Burley, what did you guys have?
Yeah, sure, that name. Look, I don't know exactly how to spell it, but I'm very similar to Marcus. I've always just kind of gotten my info from any sort of 2K Madden series, whatever. And, naturally as a child, you latch on to people that have your name. So I always thought it was Dave DeBuscherie because I thought it sounded fancy, but, I'll admit it. I have no problem.
So you're checking with Dave DeBuscherie?
Yeah. You should see how I spelled it. It was awful.
That's a French bakery. Pretty sure. They have Dave DeBuscherie and Stu Petitdois.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
yeah, I forgot.
Both teams will be getting their points because the correct answer is Dave DeBuscher. Although I think from now on we should call him Dave DeBuscherie.
Oh my gosh, that was killing me. And honestly, I was having a hard time like figuring out the name. And then when you were like, this is how I spelled it, and I was like, oh yeah, it's like, and for some reason, so the Huskies in the late 90s had a receiver named Andre Desaussure, and that name kept popping into my brain. And I was like, get out of here. I know it's not Desaussure. So when I said, I don't know, it's some guy, it's like De something. And you're like, Dave DeBuscher? I was like, yeah, that one.
So obviously he was one of those earlier two-sport professional athletes. So if you've looked at lists of those, he definitely shows up on all of those lists. And in the first 20 years of the NBA, the league was trying to gain the support of fans who lived in the team's home markets. To achieve this, they introduced the territorial pick rule to help teams acquire popular players from college in the area who would presumably have strong local support. So DeBuscher went to the University of Detroit, thus in a territorial pick. He got drafted by the Pistons, and he was a player coach for the Pistons from 64 to 67.
He was a second or third year player in the league, and they were like, yeah, you know what you're doing. You can be the coach. He's like 24.
They're like, hey, now that you're done playing baseball and basketball, how about you coach and play basketball? Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, he couldn't coach when he was also playing baseball. That's just too much.
3 things at once. No way.
He shouldn't open up a boucherie. A Husky one at that.
Oh, gosh. All right, let's move on to question 4 in Curriculum Vitae. 1992 draft first round. 1992 to 94 Washington Redskins. 1995 Jacksonville Jaguars. 1996 Green Bay Packers. 1997 to 98 Oakland Raiders. 1999 Green Bay Packers. 1999 to 2002 Detroit Lions. Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, one-time first-team All-Pro, Heisman Trophy winner, College Football Hall of Fame.
Check it in. Yeah.
All right. We like our pitchers. Burley is checked in. We like our football Husky. Just give me the answer.
The most annoying analyst in all of college football, Desmond Howard.
And we like our pitchers. Burley.
What are you talking about? He's so knowledgeable, and everything that he says just makes sense. It's Des Howard.
Both teams will be getting their points. The correct answer is Desmond Howard. 3 other Heisman Trophy winners have been named Super Bowl MVP. They are Marcus Allen, Jim Plunkett, and Roger Staubach.
I don't know if you guys were watching College Game Day when it was in Seattle to watch our Huskies beat those stupid Oregon Ducks. And they had a little cutaway with Harry the Husky, our mascot, and Desmond Howard. And Desmond was trying to get the crowd hyped up, and he said, you know, the quarterback for this team, he brings that big Penix energy. Big Penix energy. And he kept screaming it into the microphone, and all you could hear is Pat McAfee go, "Oh, have I been saying it wrong this whole time?" And they were like, "No, you haven't." It was amazing. So look it up; it's out there. You can hear Desmond Howard very clearly, even though they had been saying Michael Penix the whole morning. He said "Big Penix energy."
That's an answer that would have worked for the missing link round.
Yes. We still stand by our first guess.
And it's still wrong. All right, after the third quarter, it's still a tie.
Yeah.
425, 425. You know, we like having easier rounds lately. And, well, apparently I wrote a really quite easy one because I don't think there's been an incorrect answer.
DeBuscher, I almost said when we answered, I was like, well, this is probably going to be where there's the separation that Josh has been praying for. Because I was like, it's just something. Just something is what I said. And then Wong's like, oh, Dave DeBuscher?
That brings us to the fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter, known as Put Your Fours Up. This quarter consists of 4 categorized questions that teams will wager up to 100 points each, not to exceed their current point total.
Today's categories are as follows. Miss Independent for question 1. Question 2, Breakaway. Question 3, Walk Away. And question 4, Stronger. Miss Independent is in reference to the WNBA. Breakaway is in reference to the NBA. Walk Away is in reference to Major League Baseball. And Stronger is in reference to the world's strongest man. It is now time for the teams to place their wagers.
We'd like to take a minute to invite you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at BenchwarmersTP. We also have a Facebook group for fans of the pod called The Bench. Join us there to comment on the latest episodes and share cool sports facts and trivia. If you'd be willing to rate and review us on iTunes or Stitcher, we'd greatly appreciate the support so that other people may find this podcast. Thanks.
Now that the wagers are in, on to the questions. Question 1 in the category of Miss Independent. What center out of UConn is the career leader in points and rebounds for the New York Liberty?
We'll check in.
Okay, we like our football Husky has checked in, so we like our pitchers Burley. You guys can talk it out. Let me know your answer and your wager.
I
like yours better.
All right.
I'm not. Mine wasn't based on anything other than went to UConn, played for the Liberty. I didn't get anywhere past that yet.
I feel like I remember seeing this on what was it? What was that, like a Shooting Stars competition?
Okay.
Is that what it was, right? Where they had like the three, like the current player, the WNBA player, and the Legends player.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was Tina Charles.
I'm fine with it. I don't have much to add. I said Rebecca Lobo, and I don't think she's anywhere point scored. So anyway,
All right. Let's check in with Tina Charles.
For how many
for
points?
100.
Oh,
Thank you.
100.
And we like our football Husky. What was your answer and your wager?
Oh man. Yeah. I don't even like when I think of Tina Charles, I don't think of her as the Liberty for some reason. And that's unfortunate because if I had thought of that, then I probably would have gone with that. But when I saw Miss Independent, I thought of a lone wolf. And I said, oh, yeah, Rebecca Lobo played for them for sure. So we checked in with Rebecca Lobo for 100 points.
Only one team will be getting their points, and maybe I don't need to worry about a tiebreaker. The correct answer is Tina Charles. Tina is a two-time NCAA champion and a three-time Olympic gold medalist, but a WNBA championship has eluded her. Yep, no, the Miss Independent wasn't going with Lone Wolf. You overthought that. Miss Independent was about, women's basketball and liberty, independence, that's where the tie-in was. That doesn't surprise me. Question 2 in the category of breakaway. What NBA player has the most career steals for a player at least 6 foot 10 inches tall, likely leading to approximately 2,000 breakaways?
So yeah, I say we go with we'll check in.
The second thing that you had.
Yeah.
All right. We like our pitchers. Burley has checked in. So we like our football Husky. You guys can talk it out and let me know your answer and your wager.
So we had 3 names that have popped into our heads. Durant and Garnett were the first ones. We also think Hakeem.
Oh man, this is yeah. I mean, Durant just doesn't play defense. I don't.
Yeah.
I think if we're gonna pick one, it's either Garnett or Olajuwon.
I agree. I lean slightly towards Olajuwon, but I don't have a whole lot of thunder for that.
No, and for reasons we'll feel pretty stupid if it's it's Kevin Garnett. We
Yeah.
don't. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Let's just go with Olajuwon. I think. I mean, yeah. I don't have anywhere to latch onto. So
let's check in with Olajuwon for 100 points.
Okay, and we like our pitchers. Burley, what did you guys have for an answer and a wager?
I mean, a few guys came across. Pippen, I don't think he's 6'10". Carmelo, don't think he's 6'10". But LeBron came up, and Dave, pretty sure he was 6'9". But I know Hakeem had a lot of steals. I know he's over 6'10". We said Hakeem Olajuwon.
Both teams will be getting points. The correct answer is Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem, 7 foot, had 2,162 steals, 11th most of any player. And Kevin Garnett, 6'11", had 1,859 steals. Durant is well down the list. I don't have the next ones, but those were the only two who were like relatively close for 6'10" and up.
Yeah.
But yeah, Durant doesn't play anywhere near enough defense to.
Yeah, I was like, nah, it's just not possible.
Well, the difference is 200 because of that first question. But the game's not over. Let's see what happens with question 3. Question 3 in the category of walk away. What National League team had the batter who walked the most and the pitcher who gave up the most walks during the 2023 season.
All right. I don't hate it. I said that's so those two
Alrighty.
names add up. So all right, we'll check
Let's
in.
go.
All right. We like our pitchers. Burley has checked in, so we like our football Husky. Talk it out. Give me your answer and your wager.
Yeah, immediate thought was maybe San Diego. Just going on the hitter version. Soto walks a ton. Harper of the Phillies walks, but he did miss some time. The other one I was thinking as I was starting to type to you is maybe like Goldschmidt or Arenado from the Cardinals could be.
Ooh, yeah, Goldschmidt could be one. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that team is so bad. And that's the tough thing is that, like, this isn't something that's like it could be a good or a bad team. It's just like it could be one good player on a bad team. It could be the Braves. Like, what if Acuna walked a bunch or well, I guess he didn't walk a bunch because he's a leadoff hitter, but like Matt Olson or something. But
or there's, I guess the other one that I'm thinking of as a walking through hitters is Freeman, but I don't think there are that many like really wild Dodgers pitchers unless maybe like Urias.
I don't know, man.
San Diego
I don't have a good beat, and San Diego was massively disappointing with a massive payroll. So yeah, I don't hate the logic. So if you want to go San Diego, I'm good with that.
It's the first thing that popped in my head, and I kind of like it. San Diego for 100 points, sir.
Okay, and we like our pitchers. Burley, what was your answer and your wager?
That's basically how I broke it down too. I know Juan Soto gets walked a bunch. I know Kyle Schwarber gets walked a bunch, and then it was like everyone else. But I think if I remember correctly, I think Juan Soto had the most. So we went with the Padres.
For how many points?
100.
Both teams will be getting their points. The correct answer is the San Diego Padres. Juan Soto had 132 walks, 6 more than Kyle Schwarber, and Blake Snell walked 99 batters, 8 more than Michael Kopech. Is it Kopech or Kopech?
Kopech.
You White Sox fans.
It's pronounced garbage. Sorry.
Okay. Michael Garbage.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, still a 200 difference, but we still have one more question, and we'll see if it ends up in a tiebreaker. In the category of stronger, behind only the United States, what country has the second most World's Strongest Man championships with 9?
Let's go with it. We're going to check in.
All right. We like our pitchers. Burley has checked in, so we like our football Husky. You guys can talk it out. Let me know your answer and your wager.
Just go with it. I don't know.
This has been a good like jog down late night ESPN2 memory lane.
Oh yeah.
Though of like now, man.
The Atlas Stones. The Atlas Stones.
Dude, Marius Pujanowski came in, like changed the game. Like
yeah, man, I don't. If you have a better feeling on Iceland, I don't really have anything to disprove that. So if you want to do that, I mean, let's.
Yeah, there's like a Sigmund something at the beginning, probably sun, and then you also have the mountain from Game of Thrones. It's one a handful of them, and
Bjorn,
Hafthor, Fjord,
Bless you,
Swedish chef. All right.
We're
Stearns.
Well, we really didn't want Josh to have to write a tiebreaker question, but I'm gonna laugh if you guys matched our bet, and so we will check in with Iceland for 69 points.
All right, and we like our pitchers. Burley, what was your answer and your wager?
Dave sent over where's the mountain from. I wasn't sure, but I know that Magnus Vermagnuson, who was my like ESPN2 guy that you watched at the age, like Marcus said, at age of 13, he was the dude, and he was from Iceland. So that was my knowledge of the world's strongest man. I know there's also Sweden crossed my mind because there's what's his face, Magnus Samuelsson was a big one too. So, but he was Swedish. But Magnus Magnusson from Iceland, so we went with Iceland for 100 points.
Both teams will be getting their points. The correct answer is Iceland. They are led by both Jan Paul Sigmarsson and Magnus Magnusson, who each have won 4 championships. So the game has come to an end, and here are the final scores. We Like Our Football Husky finishes with 594. And our clipboard captains of the game, who are receiving the coveted Joshua Dobbs Award with 825 points, is We Like Our Pitchers Burley. Dave, is there anything that you'd like to say before we call it a night?
I say we go back because from my count, there are a bunch of Burley and Husky people in this entire podcast. So, I mean, call us soothsayers or something, but we like our podcast thick, baby.
Girthy. We like a girthy podcast.
Yes.
Unfortunately, your
wasn't he a running back, Todd Girthy?
Yes.
Your clipboard captain is not.
No,
he is not Burley, Husky, or Girthy.
That's the lack of eyebrows.
Do you have thick flowing hair that we don't know about?
No, I think he has alopecia.
I think the favorite band of the podcast is Girth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, good Lord.
I guess if I had thought about this, if I had any premonition of what you guys were going to do with team names, I should have gone, who was the Kentucky quarterback?
Jared Lorenzen.
R.I.P.
Lorenzen, yes.
He's still with us.
Oh my God, that would have been an amazing overtime question.
So
career passes have made.
So no, I did find something to use, but we won't have to use it. So, all right. Anything else, Dave?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Well, thanks again for joining us, and thanks for being a part of our Patreon team. We really appreciate that. And on behalf of Eric Eade, Eric Walling, Marcus Ellis, the rest of the Benchwarmers, and myself, we'd like to say thanks for listening to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. And until next time, we'll keep the bench warm.
That ball hit high and deep. Stretch! Get on back there. They look up. You can put it on the board. Yes!
Into deep left center for Mitchell. And we'll see you tomorrow night.
That great music you're listening to is by Justin Nozick. Thanks to him for producing that music for us. You've been listening to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. Make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We are at Benchwarmers TP.